if you want to, scout him off the TV,
See
you might
who
not
we
be
got.
able to get back to your seat in time to start watching these guys run right here.
Coach,
Man.
it's always fun to watch big guys run
Yeah,
fast.
that's what I was
isn't it?
just about to say, man. I would be interested to see what Tony Baselli would look like doing this
gosh.
right about now.
Okay.
But throwing a shout out to my guy, man.
Little shout out.
He's the best.
Tony Basote.
Let
That's
me
the first 40.
give everybody some numbers here just so you get some context on this. Obviously looking at 10 splits with these big guys. So you're looking at the top 10 interior defensive linemen in terms of sacks last year. The 10 was 171. The 40 was 489. Size-wise, you're thinking 6'4", 300 pounds. That's the average as we look at Coach Carroll here.
Pete Carroll back at a scouting combine, the new HC of the Las Vegas Raiders, who are 6th overall on the clock. And as you know, Pete loves that defensive line. He loves the old NASCAR system, as they called it back in the day in Seattle.
You could throw 4 edge rushers out there at one time and let them go get the quarterback. This is a top 50 player for me in this class, and Darius Alexander out of Toledo. He's got long arms. He can knock you back. He can really bend and move. He was excellent at the Senior Bowl, Rich. And 6'0", 3'7", so just under 6'4", 305 pounds, and he carries it well.
First 40s of the scouting combine being run by the first defensive line.
See if he gets under 5 flat here. Smooth run.
Holy
There you go.
Toledo. 4.96, sub 540 run by a man that size.
Just real smooth. I mean, he really doesn't have any stiffness when you watch him. Everything he does is real fluid and smooth, and that was represented by that 40. That was easy.
Sean Payton, get off your phone, man. You're running. See what? What's the Wordle for the day?
I was going to say.
So
I got it.
40.
It was a 3-guesser for me.
I would try a 40. Did you really do it?
I
already?
did my world today. Come on.
No, I haven't done it yet. Zeke Biggers of Georgia Tech.
Just look at the size of all these guys. He's 6'5 and a half, 321 pounds.
Fingers can't be over the line. Okay? Perfect.
There you go. He gets the whistle before he even gets in his stance because his fingers were over the line.
Doesn't have a ton of production, but you've got something to work with the size here.
5'9".
And 171 is a good target number for that 10, so he's a little bit over.
Yeah, good to see Jim here. His name's on the building. He might as well be here, right?
He likes big guys too, not just Howie Roseman. That's a foundation of his coaching philosophy. And this is another big one. Y.A. Black
Of Iowa.
He is able to clog up some space inside. I don't have to move him around too much. He's just going to eat up blocks.
And he's about to go and holding off. Played in this building against Jim Harbaugh's Wolverines for the Big Ten Championship a couple of years ago. And now he is running the 40. And one of the sidelines.
He's not going to be asked to run this far very often.
5'47". The new HC of the Dallas Cowboys, Brian Schottenheimer. Checking out Warren Brinson of Georgia, defensive tackle. Next up.
We've got a lot of Georgia Bulldogs here this week.
Not a surprise.
No. I just feel in years past, Rich, we've talked about these guys as maybe 280 pounds and maybe 290, and we got to bulk them up a little bit. These are grown men in this group.
14 Georgia Bulldogs here, same number of Texas Longhorns, tied for second most at the combine invited. Ohio State with 15, that is the most this year. Here's Warren Brinson. Big steps.
Moving all right for a big man. That's a good time for him.
5'11".
I think when you commit to the University of Georgia, I think you get the combine invite in the mail the next
Yeah.
the next business day. That thing shows up.
When does the invite to fly to Philadelphia come?
It's usually a pretty full flight.
It's Jason Light, the Bucs general manager. 4 straight NFC South titles for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This is a talented big guy here, and Jamari Caldwell out of Oregon. He's got some quickness too.
Moving. 5'17".
And that's for what he is and what he does, is someone that's going to just eat up double teams, play with a wide base. Not going to draft him for his range, but he's going to hold the point of attack real easy as that nose.
In case everyone's wondering, remember back in the day they would just do it alphabetical, didn't matter whether they were edge or inside. And we'd get fast 40s followed by big man 40s. Well, was that 3 years ago where they just
It's been
started
a couple
separating
years.
them, right?
I like it. You get to see apples versus apples here.
D tackles going first, including now the Seminole Joshua Farmer.
He's a top 50 player for me. A lot of effort. It's easy to relax. He can run faster than that. He just got to loosen up and relax a little bit.
It was a 40-yard grunt.
Yes, it was. I've got to start updating some of the references, Rich, as I get older, because I don't know how people know Monica Seles anymore.
I think that's the first ever Monica Seles reference at a combine. Maybe even not just on the air, but anywhere within the stadium.
Like I said, I've got some updating to do.
Very good. Eric Gregory, Arkansas. Off he goes.
It's a pretty smooth run.
And a 10-yard split. You'll see this for the offensive linemen as well when they go out and run later on this week to wrap up the scouting combine on Sunday. We're on the air at 3 Eastern every single day. As Brian Gutekunst is here. Maybe checking out the defensive tackles to help prevent the tush push in case their proposal gets rejected. Derek Harmon, number 26 on my colleague's draft board. Daniel Jeremiah's top 50. You can check that out on NFL.com as well.
He's got really quick hands. You can even just kind of look at his
Once your offhand goes up, hold it for 3 good counts, okay?
look at his body type. You look down at his ankles, like he's got athletic man's ankles. Like he doesn't have those big cankles. He's got some nice lean ankles down there. That means he can get out and go. He's an athlete. He's got real quick hands. I mean, he lives on the other side of the line of scrimmage. And his interviews, by the way, talking with teams this week, have been outstanding. Listed as one of the favorites.
That's a nice time.
That's a really good time.
Another sub 540. That's 2 of them we've seen so far. 1/100th of a second off the unofficial time of Darius Alexander. Nice run here.
Look how relaxed his face is. Just
checking boxes, running fast 40s, having great interviews. That's what the scouting combine's all about. Don't you worry, we'll show you the 40s you missed during this commercial break when we return from it. Here's what you missed while we were gone. Jared Harrison Hunt. Oh, that's
a great 10 time.
It's a great 40 time. It's currently leading the pack.
Nice run there. 290 pounds.
Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins.
A lot of SEC D linemen here. That's a great time for him.
And now he's the leader too. I guess we had to go to commercial break to see some fast 40s there. Sub first 4.9 of the combine. Cam Jackson.
That's a big man.
He comes up with a 5.25.
Over 6'6", 328 pounds. Flash player, but that's again, it's just these guys are all huge. Now, this is an exception here. This is Peebles. CD was talking about him at the top here at 282 pounds and a little over 6 foot, 6 foot and a half. He is quickness and explosion.
Charles?
Yeah, and DJ, we got to see him at the Senior Bowl, and you've tracked him throughout his time at Virginia Tech and of course, Duke before that. And I just every time I watched him, he was making a move on the defensive front, getting upfield and getting into the backfield and inserting himself into offensive situations, which was really good. And one of the things I'm looking at, guys, when he comes up is C.J. West. Since we're in Indiana, and what a year for the Hoosiers, and what a year for C.J. West and crew. Got good knockback, good hands, powerfully built guy, a Kent State transfer. Maybe the being in the state of Indiana will motivate him a little bit extra, and he might fly.
Speaking of flying, a 1.74.
And I think he stumbled with that 1.74.
I thought he did too.
He's got faster in him. He can beat that time.
Yeah, that first right leg coming out is Ryan Poles, the general manager of the Chicago Bears, holding the 10th overall pick again in this draft. Peter Schrager.
I'm excited to see Elijah Simmons, who's going to be running in quite a little bit here. This guy has 55 games at Tennessee, but he wasn't a starter. 6'2", 340 pounds. Lost weight going into his senior year, which was something that he wanted to do, but cool twist and cool full circle moment for us. He was at the 2019 draft in Nashville. He was on stage as one of the local high school kids. J.J. Watt tweeted afterwards and was like, that kid's got to be in the NFL. Well, sure enough, he's a step away.
There's J.J. Pegues, the mayor. It's his nickname down in Oxford, Mississippi.
He's one of my favorite players in the whole class. They use him. Defensively, obviously, he can play inside. They'll even let him play outside. Offensively, you'll see him as some wildcat. They'll line him up at running back. He'll play some tight end, some wing. He's got in the end zone. He can catch the ball. He's going to actually get to work out at fullback after the D-line workout is over. Yes. So when you think about Scott Matlock with the Chargers, you think about Patrick Ricard with the Baltimore Ravens. There's a new group now, combo. It's not just Travis Hunter.
Nice. Well, I mean, more you can do, right?
Absolutely.
Ty Robinson, Husker.
He plays hard.
Nice.
Really good.
4.83. There you go.
And again, that's 288 pounds, over 6'5". He's got a lot of twitch in his hands. You saw him run there. There's his feet. But I'm telling you, he's got a lot of pop in his hands. We'll see that when he does these bag drills here in a little bit.
Maybe we should do a simulcam with Compton.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know.
I have to go back in Will's time.
Was Will even?
Was he combine? I'm sure Taylor will let us know here shortly.
That'd be a fun simulcam. We love doing those as part of our combine coverage. All right, here's a Tennessee guy, Charles Davis.
And Peter was referencing him just a minute ago. Someone who J.J. Watt had an eye for, seeing him as a kid, knowing his day was coming, and here he is. CD, this is a tough man to move at the line of scrimmage.
Elijah Simmons, 5'3", 8.
He's going to be really just playing rundowns and then try and push the pocket and collapse the pocket a little bit as a rusher. CD, I was just saying a second ago, not an easy man to move away from the line of scrimmage here.
No, not at all. But DJ, when you watched him play, and Peter referenced, he wasn't a starter for much of his time at Tennessee. As you mentioned, be a 1-2 down guy. Stamina is going to be a question mark, right? How often can you put him out there? But he had one of the biggest hits of the year last year. Remember we got that big stick when that poor ball carrier that he inhaled, and now we'll see him take it to the next level.
Nazir Stackhouse, again one of the 14 Bulldogs at the Combine this week.
He just likes to kind of wrestle guys with his upper body, torque guys and turn guys. It's his style.
1-8 split. Sean McDermott, the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, eyeing these players there. Nicknames are sometimes ironic.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine that would apply to Junior Tafuna here. What's up? What's up, boys? Right back at you. And a guy nicknamed Junior at 6'3", 305. 6'5". I shorted him a half inch and 3 pounds.
308 now, yeah.
That's the whistle.
You rolled Okay, remember, your offhand went up, then you rolled out. They're going to get you on that roll. You're going to be slow, Junior, and you'll be fast. Yeah.
He's the GM of the Giants,
Offhand goes up,
Joe
hold
Shane.
for 3, man. Fly out there, man. Ball moves, go get a sack.
Third overall pick. Boy, in terms of needing to get it right, one would say the Giants. Well, everyone's got to get it right, obviously, but
Anybody that's picking up there is, got a little added pressure, and usually it's because you got to find the right quarterback here going forward. Solid run.
504.
At 308 pounds.
And to wrap up the first group of 40s, these guys will run it again. Those who choose to run it a second time will do so. The aforementioned Indiana Hoosier, C.J. West. And looking at the 10-yard splits. These are the ones that may be even more important than the 40, because something's gone horribly wrong on the field if one of these guys has got to run 40 yards unabated.
Although, ironically, in this building, you might have to chase this guy around for 40 yards.
There you
Anthony
go.
Richardson, the way he plays. But, no, it's all about the 10 time. And C.J. West, Rich, his best game was against Michigan. He played really well in that one. That's the one that jumped out to me. He can hold the point of attack, and he's got some quickness. That's a quick
173
time.
is quick.
That's a great time.
Sub 540. And getting a round of applause from those fans here who don't have very far to drive, maybe from the campus at Bloomington. Big men running. We are off and running of our combine coverage in 2025. More 40s on-field drills when we return. The 40-yard dash of Tyrion Ingram Dawkins.
2 good times.
Very good. Next up, Cam Jackson, Florida.
This is over 6'6", 328 pounds. So keep that in mind when you're watching him move.
5'18". And Aeneas Peebles, as we're back live.
He had the two-face hair. Like half the hair was one color and half was the other.
I wouldn't know about that stuff.
I think Peebles can run faster than that first time.
Okay.
He
Well,
stumbled.
he did stumble.
He stumbled out the gate.
He stumbled to a 4.95.
Just get a nice clean start here.
Let's see what we got. That's a much better start. Let's see about the finish. No.
Huh. Interesting.
I guess he needs to stumble.
He's not happy with that. I think, look, that's the great thing about this. You run here, you get another crack at it at your pro day. I think he can best that time.
Okay, that is the brass of the Dallas Cowboys. This is what it looks like being selectively aggressive right there. I just love the conversations around the Dallas Cowboys, man, every year. One after another after another. The level of interest through the roof. Passionate fans waiting to get back to the Super Bowl and see what they do in free agency in a few weeks.
To me, a salad bar, Rich, selectively aggressive.
Well, we on the Rich Eisen show, we made up laminates like it's a backstage pass to a tour, the selectively aggressive tour, the free agency tour.
Nice.
519 for JJ Pegues. Let me know if you want any merch from the selectively aggressive.
I will.
tour.
It's just let me know if there's a charge involved.
483. Ty Robinson, the unofficial time, is the fastest from this defensive tackle group.
6'5", 288 pounds. They move him up and down the line of scrimmage at Nebraska.
By the way, Compton ran a 4.6 at his pro day.
Oh, you heard? Yeah. Yeah, he's going.
4.89. 2 tremendous times, sub 4.940s for Ty Robinson.
Boy, that Colorado game, their defensive line was dominant.
There's Elijah Simmons.
CD, if you're out there, I'd love to. I lost him. I'm going to pick him up on the backside of this because I want to engage him on this conversation, Rich, which is because of the shell coverage, which is 2 high safeties and trying to take away the explosive plays offensively. What's happened then is you have to play with lighter boxes. So guys like this, who at this size can hold up and handle double teams, where they kind of went out of style and it's like, oh, our D lineman, our interior D lineman got to be able to rush the quarterback. Now there's more value in these guys because you want to keep those safeties in the parking lot to prevent big plays. You've got to be able to hold up against the run with lighter boxes. So having a player like this, I think the value now versus 7 or 8 years ago, it's kind of all come back full circle.
And his number is 538 for Elijah Simmons. Finishing up 3 more 40s, and then we'll get to the on-field drills for the defensive tackle group. There's Nazir Stackhouse.
Again, from an age standpoint, I mean, me making Jerry Stackhouse comments is probably not going to land, Rich.
That's true. That is correct. That is correct. Not lost on me, though, so please keep going.
I appreciate that.
Don't worry about the demo. Just keep on nailing it.
Hey, consistent times there. Balance is something I want to watch him in the drills. That was one of the questions I had, so I get a chance to see him change direction, move around.
Here's a Ute. Junior Tafuna ran a 5.04 his first time.
That is a pretty lean 3.08 right there.
Yeah.
He flashes a little bull rush power, too, when you study him. He can jolt guys at the point of attack with his hands.
He just got jolted by the whistle.
A little longer. You got a little bit of a roll yet, okay? You got this, man. 3 good counts. Just fly out here, man. Move on the ball. That's all you got to do. Move on the ball.
Wants him to hold his form a little longer instead of rolling out. The reason we don't want to roll out is because the minute there's a movement, the time will start.
Yeah, it's not going to do you any favors. He's trying to help you with that by getting you back.
There we go.
It's a clean one.
Okay. Who you got this guy comped with?
Well, you can go back to the same school here as we look at C.J. West. Sorry, he's coming up here. That's a different school. Kenny Clark, we're ready to see a UCLA Bruin there. But this is the height, weight, length, the 10 split, which is excellent. That's a good one to be comped to. Kenny Clark wins with quickness. And that's C.J. West, who can, in those short areas, just win right now. Early wins. That's what Kenny Clark has done. Kenny Clark also a master of how well he uses his hands.
The Green Bay Packers. Excellent career for him. As you mentioned, the Bruin from Westwood. The Indiana Hoosiers. With Coach Google Me this year. Just a great season.
All of a sudden, Indiana's a football school. That wasn't clean.
It's the same result anyway. 4.96.
He gave us a little. I like it when you give me a little when you get to the finish line there. He liked it.
And a smattering of applause for the final 40 of a defensive tackle group. We're about to get out there and watch some on-field drills. And there's Mason Graham, DL 11. Let's take a look at this Wolverine.